The old and the weak are doomed.
As stories go, Wolfenstein: The New Orders is wonderfully ludicrous. But that raises a question for its sequel, The New Colossus. When you've already battled giant killer robots and travelled to the moon, just where do you go from there? The answer is to go to the most ridiculous, confusing and downright terrifying place on Earth. The good old US of A. The new Colossus isn't one for subtlety. Waking up fresh from his latest coma, Blazkowicz, now bound to a wheelchair, wastes no time in picking up a pistol and wheeling his way through the cramped corridors of another Nazi facility, shooting everything he comes across. Less than 5 minutes in, he's reunited with Set Roth, a German Jewish scientist. He's rigged up a microwave-powered defense grid that, with an amusing lack of nuance, turns anyone that crosses it into a sloppy pile of blood and guts.
Now, Mr. Blazkowicz, I'm very happy to see you awake. Not so happy to see you out of bed.
Where is she?
Last time I saw her, she was with Caroline defending the cell platform elevator.
Then point me in that direction, Seth.
Ingrid, you know how long you've been in bed? 5 months. Your body is broken. You understand? Your kidneys are failing. You might have difficulties to urinate, to use your schmeckhole, to do many other things.
No time for this, just tell me.
While it's doubtful the new Colossus will serve as an enduring example of complex video game narratives, it's filled with compelling characters, from Blazkowicz himself to the Nazi hordes that believe themselves to be on the right side of history despite their obvious crimes. Most compelling of all in the short demo, if only for her cartoonish villainy, is Frau Engel, a Nazi lieutenant with the shortest of tempers and an overweight daughter named Sigrun.
Abführen zum Verhör! Ja, Mutter. Du hast die vereinbarten Leibesübungen nicht gemacht und deinen Weg nicht eingehalten.
Vergib mir, Mutter. Ich habe gestern ein kleines Stück Kuchen gegessen, nur ein ganz kleines...
Du dumme Kuh! Du bist eine Schande für deine Rasse! Und für deine Familie!
That she would bully Sigrun for her weight is hardly surprising, but there's something about having the two characters argue about a slice of cake while the camera sits at the most Dutch of all Dutch angles that's wonderfully mundane, yet totally overblown.
You think your hero, William Joseph Blazkowicz?
Zieh den hoch, den Krüppel! Let me tell you, you're not. Only the degenerate rats of the slum admire you. The filthy dregs, festering in the ghetto. But once they see you, this will change. I shall put you on international television. Look, everybody. Is this how a hero looks like? A crippled wretch of a man being in a tomb!
For all the bluster of the new Colossus's opening, a later mission, a few hours into the game, is more subdued.
Hey, little star man. Are you ticklish, buddy?
Max!
Jesus, Max! I didn't see you there. Look, Max, I'm doing some, really heavy reading here, and your little toy robot is just not compatible with that type of soul journey, man, okay?
Max, hot.
Max, it's all right, pal. Look, this just is way too complicated for you. Why don't you go play with your pig or something?
The Resistance, a cliched ragtag band of mismatched misfits, sends Blazkowicz into Roswell, New Mexico, home to a secret stash of anti-gravity tech and the Oberkommando, the heart of Nazi command.
Leadership left Berlin and set up shop in New Mexico.
This is what you need this for.
What on earth is that? This is a portable nuclear bomb. We're gonna take out the Oberkommando, cripple the Nazi leadership, and destabilize the fucking country and let the people know that the fight is back on.
There are some humorous, if obvious, parallels drawn between the Nazi occupation and the darker side of the American dream, not least in an early encounter with a pair of hapless Ku Klux Klan members.
So, Americans, are you going to the concert tonight?
Oh, Jeb here is. He's a big fan of DK Green's Jeb.
Makes me happy. Trump that, Wayne. I like your style, Americans. Very good. You're part of the Reich now. Subject of the great Führer. I hope for your sake you consider the Reich and all its glorious people your own.
Yes, of course, sir.
Let me give you some free advice. You are witnessing a new dawn for America. You have a choice in this new world, because the time will come when, how do you say, the wheat detaches from the chaff.
It's an impressive moment of world building, made all the more impactful as you see the inhabitants of Roswell having embraced their new Nazi overlords.
Just listen to that lovely marching beat. I'm so happy you Germans brought some culture to this country. Commandant Neidner? Did I pronounce that right? You really must correct me if I didn't.
It's the characters that really sell the new Colossus. Sure, Blazkowicz's encounter with a Nazi commander inside Papa Joe's diner is an obvious nod to the now legendary performance of Christopher Waltz in Inglourious Basterds. Hell, they've even got him drinking a milkshake.
You, one strawberry milkshake, please. Oh, I hope you don't have a fire back there to put out.
If so, I'll come back another time.
I'm sure the fire can wait, Commandant. One strawberry milkshake coming right up.
Fireman, I recognize your face. Very Aryan face it is too. Are you at a Station 1?
There you go, Commandant.
Oh, vielen Dank. Now you, show me your identification papers, please. I love strawberry milkshake. It's perhaps my favorite American tea. So simple. Just milk and ice cream. The rest of the menu, however, I think you will need to address. I think it needs to be more German. Yes? Tell me, are you from here, John Smith? Huh? I read here that you operate out of Station 6. What is the location of Station 6? I'm unfamiliar with this station. Speak up.
But the tension is real, and the resultant mess inevitable. So too is Super Spesh a nod to the X-Files lone gunman and every erratic whack job with a penchant for conspiracy theories and tinfoil hats.
How the fuck do you know? Are you some kind of expert on all things extraterrestrial now? Look, I've been a lawyer a long fucking time, and I know a motherfucking conspiracy when I see one. Now, okay, I'm not saying it's space aliens, right? But it goes without saying it's fucking space aliens!
So, I got a nuke in this here fire extinguisher.
Okay.
Cool it.
The shooting is, like in the New Order, wonderfully brutal. The guns, bastardizations of classic World War II hardware, have a ferocious pop and kick to them, while the new ability to dual-wield weapons of various types makes taking down the hugely OP troops, robots and tanked-up soldiers of the Third Reich all the more satisfying. Like the New Order, the new Colossus pulls no punches when it comes to difficulty. While there's still some balancing to be done, this is not a game where you can simply run and gun your way around and hope to make it out alive, unless you're a particularly sharp shooter.
An alle hochrangigen Mitglieder des Oberkommandos bereit machen für sofortige Evakuierung. Halten Sie.
Blazkowicz's always low health, along with the fact that like shooters of old, armour and health don't regenerate but must be lifted from crates, makes it even more challenging. The New Order isn't a smart game then, at least not in the traditional sense. But it is subversive, taking classic video game and B-movie tropes and tarting them up with a Nazi-bashing narrative with tongue firmly in cheek. In that sense, bar the Nazis, it shares much with Prey, another Bethesda number that riffed on classic sci-fi movies and games. Prey didn't quite turn out to be the smash that its opening hour hinted at, but I've higher hopes for the New Order. It's already one hell of a ride.